Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing kind of a revisit. So one of my very earliest videos back before we had any gadgets, GoPros, all these kind of things, was a route in focus of the Bristol Bath Railway Path, or cycle track if you're from Bristol. It had a lot of traction, got a lot of views, a lot of interactions. People were really interested in the track. However, the video, in terms of quality, shall we say, is all over the place, because at the time I had a chest-mounted phone here, wibbly wobbling all over the place. So this time we're going to do it a little bit different. So my new setup, so I've got a camera looking directly out ahead of me, so you can enjoy the track, all that kind of stuff. And also we've got the face cam for when I'm chatting, doing bits. So the plan is, I'm going to ride from here. I'm currently in Bath, so we're doing it the opposite direction of what we did it the first time. And we're going to go all the way to Warmley, which is my neighbourhood, my hood. So, and then what I'll do is have a chit chat, some stories about the track. And also I'm going to do some overlay recording of when we see certain things. So you can get a better look at it than just on the thing. I'll take some actual hand cam footage for you and talk over it so you can see what it's like. So it is currently 1:15 in the afternoon on a nice Sunday, warm Sunday afternoon. So let's get going. So we're not actually on the track as of yet. The track is very shortly up here, just past these industrial kind of buildings in Bath, at the very beginning of Bath. And there, once we hit this pink bit, we're officially on the track. And we are now on Bristol Bath Railway Path. So, going in the opposite direction of the very first one. So this is Routes in Focus, Bristol Bath Railway Path, version 2. And hopefully the footage and everything is much smoother and you get a good look at what the path is actually like.
Now let's talk about the star of the show, the Bristol Bath Railway Path. Originally, this was part of a railway line, but when the train stopped running in the 1960s, the path was transformed into this fantastic route for walkers and cyclists. It was actually the first major project by Sustrains, the group that helps create cycling routes across the UK. It's a flat and easy 13 miles, perfect for all ages. And if you don't fancy the return ride, both cities have train stations right near the start and end of the path, making it easy to hop on a train back. Along the way, you'll find historic stations, quirky sculptures, and some great refreshment stops, like Bitton and Warmley stations.
It's a very nice pass. As you can see, it is a Sunday. It's the first bit of proper sun we've had. So there's a lot of people on the track today. Another thing, folks, is someone mentioned to me, they were like, how come you're not using GoPro stickers? And I was like, hey, GoPro? So what are you on about? I was like, what are you on about, GoPro stickers? And he's like, so you can show like the navigation and the speed and stuff on the screen. And I was like, you what? So, if there is speed and navigation shown on the screen, it means I've worked out. If there isn't, it means I'm still yet to work it out. If there isn't, please comment down below and let me know. You know, how the bloody hell do I do it?
First up, let's talk about the River Avon. This 83-mile long river winds its way through South Gloucestershire, Wiltshire and Somerset, before reaching the Severn estuary at Avonmouth, just past Bristol. Fun fact, the name Avon actually comes from an old Welsh word meaning, well, river. So technically, we've been calling it River this whole time. This stretch of the river is navigable, meaning you'll often see boats and rowers gliding along. It even connects to the Kennet and Avon Canal, making it a key part of the region's waterway network. As we follow the path, we'll see some historic points where this river played a vital role in local trade and transport.
I'll tell you what, guys, when it's busy, the amount of people that don't know how to stay on their side of the bloody track, God, it's ridiculous, I tell you. Ridiculous. Now, obviously, you guys know me. To do a Bristol Bath Railway Path focus review, not really a review, a focus, without going down to the Jolly Sailor, that feels like a crime. So we're going to take a little detour and go down there, because everyone that does this path needs to check it out.
Now, if you fancy a break along the route, you won't find a better spot than the Jolly Sailor here in Salford. This place has been serving pints since 1726, nearly 300 years. And with views of the River Avon and an old canal lock, it's one of those spots that feels like stepping back in time. Inside, it's got that proper old world charm, with a cosy fireplace for winter and a beer garden for the sunnier days. Whether you want a traditional pub lunch or just a quick drink while watching the boats go by, this place is a must stop for anyone travelling along the railway path.
Yeah, the Jolly Sailor is an absolutely beautiful location. Great drinks on draft, you know, lots and lots of options, and their food is stunning. They do a Guinness and steak pie. Whew. And this is coming from someone who doesn't even like Guinness. You know what I mean? Like, Paul likes Guinness. I'm not sure if he's had the pie yet, but my guess would be he'd love it. But he's addicted to fish and chips, so trying to get him to eat anything else, it's a bit difficult, isn't it, Paolo? So stories. I think as a Bristol lad, as a gent from Bristol, I think other people from Bristol would agree that this cycle path, this cycle track, is something of a rite of passage. I think every single person in Bristol eventually rides this track as a young kid with, you know, their dads, their mums, their uncles, brothers, sisters, whatever, friends. You know, and you experience it for the first time. You experience just being able to ride your bike without seeing a car or anything like that, and just having a chat with your peeps. You know, stopping for drinks. When I was a kid, we used to come from Warmley down here, down the cycle track, and then go to the Jolly Sailor. And when it was really sunny, we'd just take off our clothes, leave our underpants on, obviously, you filthy bastards, and just jump in the river. There used to be this highly dangerous highly dangerous rope swing going into the river, and we'd just go hell to leather on that thing every single time we went down there, just time and time and again, just going in there. Like, I had a couple of my cousins injure themselves, a couple of friends. I think someone broke their ankle once, you know, going in somewhere and there was a rock underneath the water that they couldn't see. So it was very dangerous. But I'm from probably the last generation of kids that, oh God, I sound really old now. I'm probably from the last generation of kids that I think were properly allowed to be kids, if that makes sense.
This is one of my favourite parts of the route, the Avon Valley Railway. This heritage railway is a restored section of the old Midland Railway's Mangotsfield and Bath branch, which originally connected Bristol with the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. Back in its heyday, this line was packed with holidaymakers heading to the beaches of Dorset. During the summer, extra trains had to be added just to keep up with the demand. When the railway was closed in the 1960s due to the infamous beaching cuts, the line was dismantled, and part of it was turned into the A4174 dual carriageway. But here at Bitton Station, a group of enthusiasts have brought a section of it back to life, and you can actually ride a working steam train. It's amazing to think that what was once a key rail link between the Midlands and the South is now a peaceful cycle path. And thanks to sus trains, this historic route continues to be enjoyed, just in a different way.
And these are all disused and used steam engines. I actually have a video of my mate Zach trying to climb that one up there. So now this little stretch is probably the stretch that most people know. I'd say most people, you know, remember this bit. Because sometimes as a kid, you'd only go back to Bitton Railway. You go there, stop, play in the park, you know, get a drink, get an ice cream. So a lot of the time, you'd stop and not go any further. So this is probably the most well-known bit of the track. Very, very shortly, we're going to come up to a sculpture called the Drinking Man. Now, why it's called that will become extremely evident when we get there. But it's probably, in my opinion, the most famous of the things on this track. There are a fair few little sculptures, but nothing massively to shout about other than the Drinking Man. Because back in the day, and this is more along the lines of kids allowed to be kids, is the Drinking Man used to let you drink, funny enough. Not alcohol, it just used to spurt water out. So it was obviously to fill your bottles up for the long ride ahead, etc. But it doesn't do that anymore. You know, contaminations, all that kind of worrisome stuff that people are worried about all the time. So yeah, he no longer is the Drinking Man, he's the non-drinking man. But he's still here, he's still there. He just doesn't function anymore. He's sort of like me, he's still around, he just doesn't function properly anymore. And he's coming up right now. See, now I've got a test, because it looks wet. Is it me or does that look wet? Let's give it a go. Oh my God, he works again. The Drinking Man works again. Incredible news, guys. Now, if that ain't the thumbnail, I don't know what is. I honestly cannot believe that the Drinking Man, the non-drinking man, is now the Drinking Man again. That's amazing news. Amazing news. But we have come to our final stop. Now the path goes along, it goes further than this, it goes into the city centre of Bristol. And we will do that bit, eventually. Eventually. But for now, we're stopping at close to, probably my second favourite stop on any cycle track ever. And that is Warmley waiting rooms. So this is Warmley right in the grooms, guys. On the old railway. In here you can get an absolutely fantastic sourdough baguette with anything you want in it. There's something new being built there. I'm not quite sure what it is, but if you do come here, the best thing about this place as well is it does hot food, cold food, milkshakes, ice creams, coffees, teas, all that kind of stuff. And as you can see, you can sit outside. They have a mixture of sitting inside and sitting outside in different kind of cool, quirky carriages. They've also got a TARDIS. So if I got any Huvians watching, really great place to go. They've got an actual TARDIS. And then also, what's quite good is just on the left of it is something called Warmley Wheelers, which are a charity-based bike rental business, which cater specifically to people that have disabilities or find riding a traditional bike difficult. So you can go there and you can get a trike, for instance, a freewheeler. They do electric as well, which is great, and you can donate to them inside of Warmley waiting rooms. They have a little scanner thing that you can donate as much as you want, and it is fantastic. We've probably actually ridden past a fair few people because it is an extremely popular service, but that's Warmley waiting room. So thank you very much, guys. That is the route of Focus. Hopefully you found that interesting. Not sure what I said yet on the voiceovers, so hopefully that was interesting. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and remember, take care and stay awesome.